Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well. I know it's been a while that I have made a video. I've been just traveling. So now I'm back and I'm back with Vanita ji. Welcome Vanita ji, namaste.
Namaste.
We are here going to discuss about Mars and Rahu upcoming conjunction. Mars being in its own sign of Aries. So Vanita ji will shed some light on how it's going to impact us globally as well as individually each sign. So over to you, Vanita ji.
Thank you so much, NAVJEET and Dr. Pai. Thank you so much for having me over. And it's a really important transit, as you know, and requires a lot of attention. And it's happening from the 27th of June and it's till the 10th of August. Long transit. And the major highlight of this transit of Mars in Aries is that it's going to be conjunct Rahu. So that's why I'm here on your channel, because this is a very powerful conjunction. See, it happens over a period of time. It does once in a year. It does happen, or maybe 2 years once. So we must understand what is this Rahu and Mars energy individually, first of all, to start with. See, Rahu energy is a airy energy, and wherever Rahu sits, it expands the energies of that particular zone. Rahu will not behave as Rahu. Rahu has to take the significations of the sign he sits in. Now here, the sign ruler is also going to be joining this Rahu. So a lot of power and a lot of energy to this Mars. The expansive energy of Rahu is going to be imparted to this fiery energy of Mars, which is not considered to be that great. On the mundane level, we can anticipate many changes, many negative changes, we can say. The energy levels are going to be very, very hyper. The leaders of the world, they are going to be deciding something in impulse. Of course, it's positive also for some, but at the same time, there are certain impacts which are going to be long lasting. As it is, Rahu is not going to be leaving the sign, only Mars is going to be leaving the sign. So it is going to be till the 10th of August, we have to understand how this Mars is going to take the energy of this Rahu and impact us all. So firstly, we must understand that Mars is also real estate. Mars is aggression. Mars is the fire in people, the energy that can be positive and negative. So when it so happens that this conjunction happens in the sign ruled by Mars, a fiery energy is doubled. So people might be getting very aggressive. There can be that the prices of, food products, they just touch the skies, and people get very aggressive because of that why everything is going beyond a reach. So that is something which is going to be a very negative aspect of this conjunction. And I'm not individually taking care of this Mars in Aries because it's not alone. So it is going to be a hyperactive energy for one and all, and it is going to be, we of course can, it's an inertia also in us. It's energy which is negative and positive both. Because Rahu is, you see, without Rahu, we cannot think of any material growth, material comfort. It's Maya after all. And it's said that when you are in Rahu Dasha, you actually, are gaining many things. But when this Rahu energy is parting ways, that is the Rahu Dasha is coming to an end, it takes away the energies of that. That is the reason, we call it Maya. It's a Maya Jal, as we say, because we are actually getting influenced by the material growth around us. Oh, wow, we are, suddenly becoming rich. We are getting all the comforts. And Mars is what? Real estate. So superficially, the prices will go up for the time being. So don't get carried away. Don't buy property right now. I'm telling you, it is going to be a good time, which looks like a good one, but ultimately it is not. Ultimately, the prices will either come down or crash, and then it's going to be a loss kind of a scenario for one and all. So on the mundane level, I would say. It is said that when Mars and Rahu are together, volcanic eruptions, fires, accidents, they do, happen a lot. We hear a lot about, because fire aggravates in airy energy, right? This is a culmination of Mars and Rahu, air and fire. So Mars's energy is going to amplify a lot. So one must be very cautious and be composed. Don't get carried away in impulse and make decisions, especially to the ones who are already into this fiery energy, like especially Leo people, Sagittarius people, Aries people. They have to be really careful about all this. Though I'll be touching upon a little bit on each signs also, but surely this is going to be the Nakshatra transit also, which is going to be, Ashwini, Bharani, and Kritika. I'll just share the screen, I guess, Navjeet, and then I'll show you what exactly I'm talking about a little bit. Can you see the screen?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is about Mars's transit in Aries, and Mars is going to be in this sign till the 9th of August. It's like 9th and 10th. So it is going to be from the 27th of June. And they're going to be exactly in conjunction on the 1st of August. Okay. And then Mars moves ahead and it is moving away from this Rahu energy, but it's going to be towards the fag end only. So it is definitely going to be getting the impact even more during this time. Mars is going to be transiting through the 3 nakshatras. That it's going to be in Ashwini from 27th of June till the 16th of July. Now, Ashwini nakshatra is ruled by Ketu. And Ketu is in Libra sign, right opposite this energy. So it can impact the relationship in totality, but overall it is considered to be good because it starts with Aries Navmansha also. So till the 1st, from the 27th till the 1st, it's going to be in Aries Navmansha. So that is why, it is not considered to be that bad. And then it moves into Taurus, not bad. Then in Gemini Navmansha, where it is going to be conjunct Ketu in Navmansha also. So see, Gemini Navmansha, there can be little bit of problem that we can hear in communication. There can be a crash in the market also during the time 6th to the 11th. 6th to the 11th, you have to be careful in your investments also because it's a Gemini sign. Communication might suffer because Ketu energy is also there prevalent in the Navmansha also. So double the impact, Ashwini, Ketu, then Mars and Ketu in Navmansha also. So you can imagine how much of Ketu energy is going to be there. And Ketu, whenever is there, you must understand that this leads to a lot of detaching energy, suddenness. There will be sudden events that we can, hear. Then comes Bharani. Bharani is from 16th of July till the 5th of August. So this is ruled by Venus. And Bharani Nakshatra generally is considered to be good when Mars is there. It's like a protecting wheel, or we can say a shield around the Bharani. Bharani is the yoni, basically. So when Mars energy and encircles this energy, so there is a lot of protection. But yes, women crimes increase during the Bharani transit. So people might get very sexually agitated during this time on the mundane level. Then Kritika. Kritika is again a fiery energy. Kritika means cutting. It's like taking you away from the negatives because it's a Surya's nakshatra after all, from the 5th to the 10th of August. That is the Aries part I'm talking about. Then Taurus, of course, there are 3 charana of Kritika. That is from 10th of August till the 27th of August. I'm not covering that. But yes, in this Kritika nakshatra, it's going to be in the Cancer and Leo Navmansha. And then comes Virgo, Libra. So these are the Navmansha positions also, which are very important. So here you will be feeling the energies like towards the end, Sagittarius Navmansha. So there will be fiery energy, 3 times the fiery energy. So that is the only time when you have to be careful towards the end of the Kritika. That is the 5th of August to the 10th of August. But at the same time, if at all you want to do any kind of initiation of anything which requires energy, which requires, sports people, sports industry might flourish. But when in Bharani, one more point, there can be problems in the film industry, in the glam industry. We might hear some, somebody, from the film industry or the glam industry or the fashion industry, somebody can pass off. So there can be a demise of some popular personality. Okay, be it Hollywood, Bollywood, any industry we are talking about. Because in my previous videos also I've mentioned when in the music industry, because it was the Gemini sign and the Taurus sign which was active, and then all these things happened. So this is what is going to be the case in the on the mundane level. Now Saturn is going to be aspecting this zone from the Aquarius sign till the 12th of July, casting its third aspect on Rahu and Mars, though at a very low degrees, 0 degrees, 44 minutes around that time, it's going to be aspecting, and then it is moving backwards and will be transiting through Capricorn. Also, the main highlight of this transit is something very, very unique. Jupiter is in own zone, Venus in its own zone in Taurus, Saturn is in its own zone, Mercury is also going to be moving into the Gemini sign in its own zone. Mars, as it is in its own zone. This is the uniqueness about this transit. And why I'm talking about this, because all the planets, when are in their own places, remember, they have the potency to give the energy and the results even more related to their own selves. So when Mars is in the sign of Aries with Rahu, this is the maximum potent planet. Maximum potency is this. Jupiter is in Pisces sign, no doubt. People are going to be wise, but at the same time, you know what happens? Rahu, wherever Rahu is the one, Rahu energy is the one which supersedes all the planets. And to top it all, it is conjunct Mars. That is the reason this transit is a very, very crucial transit. And it's going to be impacting us all some way or the other. And how you utilize this energy, that is all, which is very important and essential. Okay. Now, just quickly, I will tell you what is Mars, so that you know that Mars is a dry and a fiery planet and masculine. So we must actually make this energy a constructive energy rather than a destructive energy when it is transiting through the Aries sign along with Rahu, because the ambition and desire is going to be multiple times, you know, amplifying effect of Rahu. So we must actually be utilizing this transit, make the most of this transit right now, rather than falling prey to the negatives.
And does it also mean, like with Mars being its own sign in Aries, of course, with Rahu, construction business will also be very busy? We can see
the construction is structure is Saturn.
Construction, okay, so it's more real estate then.
Right. Real estate is Mars. So what happens, you know, there will be a boom in real estate, which will be a superficial boom because of Rahu energy. If it was only Mars, it was looking at the fourth house from there, its own zone. See, the Kendras get active also. Whenever the transits like these happen, we should see from there what are the Kendras, you know, positions. So here, all the movable signs are getting active. Aries, of course, the Pancha Mahapurusha Yoga is also forming, which we should not ignore. But yeah, on the mundane level, I don't consider it too strong because, you know, individually it does matter for the babies who are born. Then for the movable signs, this is a Pancha Mahapurusha Yoga. For Cancer, for Libra, for Capricorn, this is going to be impacting these signs even more. And also it is going to be impacting the fourth house. Fourth house, as it is real estate, is property, assets. So here it is Mars, which is looking at the fourth house also. So you should not fall prey to the superficial increase in the prices or decrease in the prices suddenly. There will be some you know, up or down in the real estate market, and then it will be like obviously coming back to that place. So be careful, be wise when you're making such decisions related to the real estate, especially. So moving on to the condition of the chart, you know, when Mars is here. So as you can see, Jupiter is in its own zone, Saturn is in its own zone. Looking at this zone, it's actually Rahu and Saturn is one, like they are the same. So it's going to be impacting the construction business also, as you said, till the time Saturn is looking at Rahu and Mars. Okay. Structural changes are going to be made actually. Structure is Saturn. Real estate is Mars. Venus is in its own zone, and Venus is going to be in Taurus till the 13th of July. So 12th, 13th are also very crucial days because Saturn will be moving backwards. Venus will be moving ahead. Mercury will be from the 2nd of July going to its own zone. So all these are very important transits. I'm taking up the sign-wise predictions now, Navjeet. So let's talk about Aries first. Okay. So for Aries, it's going to be happening over your first house. And it's going to be transiting through 3 nakshatras also of Ketu, Venus, and Sun. And they are in dignity. So it's definitely positive. I'm going to be giving you the dates also. When it is in Aries till the 1st of July, you have to be really very cautious about your decision making. And your health also, because Mars is looking at your 8th house. It's conjunct Rahu. Had it been only Mars, I would have said, okay, fine. But you have to be little careful about your temperament, about your parents, and you have to form a good connection with your mother also. There can be complications in your relationship. So you have to take care of that. Also, you have from the 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th. These are also the dates you have to be a little cautious about if you are purchasing any property, land. And see, Hanuman Chalisa is the best remedy that I keep giving, people. That is something which works wonders. And in case you are in some love affair or you're starting any love relationship, so I think you should take a back seat, because this will be a very temporary and a superficial kind of a relationship. It will not be a deep emotional touch attached to this Mars energy. So be careful about that. Otherwise, it is good for investments, any kind of competition. You have to sit for exams, it's good. And for children also, it's good time. Promotions on card, because it is the Pancha Mahaparusha yoga, that is Ruchaka yoga, which is forming also for you. So that way it is positive, but it's an amplifying energy of Rahu. So make sure that you take care of your health and your speech and making decision, because you can go wrong here. Okay. Coming to the next sign, that is Taurus. For Taurus natives, this transit is happening over your 12th house. And being the ruler of the 7th, is transiting through the 12th. So that means the conjunction with Rahu is going to be taking you away from your relationship. You might have some complications with your siblings, or siblings might be leaving you and going overseas. It can be a temporary thing. You should forewarn your spouse, your partner, or your siblings that whatever decision they have to make, they have to be really careful about that. Overall, it seems to be a good transit till the time Venus is also in your first house, because Venus is your Lagnesh in the first house. It will give you growth. It will give you beauty, touch of beauty, cosmetic surgery. If you want to go in for it's good. But you will be spending more on electronics, because Mars in the 12th house will give you that kind of expenditure. Also, there can be some legal issues, legal troubles, litigation, because Ketu is in the 6th house and Mars is looking here. Until unless there is a Martian impact on the 6th house, the court cases cannot take place. So any kind of legal issues or any kind of litigation you are involved in, or you want to take it up, or you want to sue somebody, you want to settle something. So all that can also take place. And also your goal achievement is also possible as far as your work is concerned. It is going to be positive. Just be careful when towards the end of this transit, when it is going to be in the Sagittarius of Mansha, because it's your 8th house of Mansha. So that's going to be from the 5th to the 10th of August. So make sure that you do not get carried away, and take care of your health also during that time. But it is not a good time for opening a new business. And Jupiter being a saving grace in the 11th house will give you protection towards your financials also. But you can fall prey to a wrong relationship, and it's just going to be physical relationship, and it's going to end in a very negative manner. So make sure that you do not get carried away in your relationship, especially. Coming to the next sign, that is Gemini. For Gemini natives, this transit is happening over your 11th house. See, 11th house transit of any planet is considered to be good, and it is going to be giving you some positive energies related to your financials, because Mars is going to be aspecting your 2nd house also. So any kind of competition, any kind of investments, any kind of new relationship, that will be temporarily giving you a relief. In your friendship also, there will be a good friendship for the time being. There can be a superficiality attached to it, because Rahu is superficial. Rahu energy is just a planet which lures you. So you do not fall prey to these kind of energies. Your ambitions might increase. It is going to increase your income also, undoubtedly. So, but don't get carried away. When these kind of energies happen, you have to be a little extra cautious, that you can get lured, you can get carried away in your ambitions, and, you are just spending more time on frivolous relationships. Your own siblings, older siblings might become a reason for your downfall during this time. So make sure that you have a good chemistry and bonding with them. Understand, maybe, they need you. So just pay more attention to that. Business revenues that you can generate, and property related issues you can resolve as well, because it is looking at your 6th house also. So this can give you litigation, legal issues, and health issues also. So take care, because Mars is with Rahu, so it is going to aggravate these things. Some friends can backstab you by the end of this transit. Take care during the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th. These are the dates you have to be a little extra cautious about your relationship with the people around you, and how you deal with your, how you communicate with people, how you deal with the financial positions during this time. You might just make wrong decisions. Coming to the next sign, that is Cancer. For Cancer natives, this transit is happening over your 10th house, and being the ruler, being the Yoga Karagraha, and forming a Pancha Mahapurusha Yoga, this is definitely a very positive transit if you want to make any changes in your profession. Career, this is a good time to form connectivity with your co-workers, good connectivity with your bosses, seniors, influential people, change of job, change of place. These are quite likely, because whenever the malefics transit through the Kendras, there are changes which bring about some kind of upheavals also. So when there are upheavals, when there is a disturbance, that means it is going to be a major change in your life. And Mars is Digbala here. Mars is gaining the directional strength. Being a Yoga Karagraha, it is going to give you elevation. You might have a lot of expectations now from the people around you. Being a team leader, you might just have a lot of work to do. So all that is going to aggravate. You might not be able to spend time at home. So you are more, maybe you're a workaholic, or you become a workaholic. It is draining also. So you have to make sure that you have that balancing impact, just balance work and life. And it is looking at your 5th house also. So there can be some complications related to your love life, related to your children. Take care of your relationship with your mother. There can be some health issues your mother can have. It's a 10th house energy after all, but it is also going to be giving you success in your business, in your work, in your professional career growth. Any kind of education, if you start, it is a positive time, because Jupiter is in your 9th house. It is definitely positive. Take care of your health when Saturn is in the 8th house. Once it moves into the 7th house, things are going to be improving, but it's a temporary transit again. Saturn, I'm not covering, but yes, Saturn, when it moves here, it's a place where Mars exalts, remember. So all the Kendras are going to get active. So that's the time when you will feel the energy even more. So make sure that you look after your health, your relationship, but your career-wise, it's going to be really a boom period for you. Investments are also going to be positive and going to be paying off to you. So the dates that you have to be a little extra careful would be from the 6th to the 11th. 6th to the 11th, you might have losses, theft, or travel plans which just fall apart. Or maybe when you're traveling, you lose your luggage, you lose your money, something like that can happen. So make sure that you are very cautious during these dates. Otherwise, the rest of the transit is good for you. Coming to the next sign, that is Leo. All right, for Leo natives, this transit is happening in your 9th house. 9th house energy is always a positive energy. Luck Lord being in the luck house. So the luck is by your side. Whatever you will do, for the time being, at least it is going to pay off. So whatever tasks which are lying pending, because it was in the 8th house till now, and being a Yoga Karagraha, again, for Leo and Cancer, this is a Yoga Karagraha. So this is definitely going to be giving you good results. In case you have to make any travel plans, you want any support from your father, from your family, you will get it. Also, I don't know whether I should say this or not, but Saturn is also looking at your 9th house. Rahu is transiting there, so you have to take care. Some dear one, you can just part ways with the dear one. It could be any which ways. Maybe that person, there's a sudden demise of a loved one, or there is a that separation, temporary separation is also indicative of. I generally don't say that, but yes, this can happen. Also, Mars is the ruler of your 4th house, looking at the 4th house also from here. So this is a very good time for purchasing of property. But at the same time, be careful. Do not get carried away. There can be that people will push you to not check thoroughly the papers, or there can be some confusion created, or there is a dispute later. So just make sure that all the papers are intact. You check everything and then sign. Otherwise, it can lead to some problem. The right kind of decision you have to make, because Jupiter is in your 8th house, remember. So you can make a wrong decision also. But it is very good time for growth, success at the place of work, and some foreign collaborations. Maybe you will be meeting foreigners, some travel plans, or you're going to be moving out of the place where you live, and you're going to be shifting out from the place permanently. That is also because of the Rahu energy. Rahu is here till the next year, November. So it's a long transit of Rahu. So you can plan everything during this time. What dates I'm giving you that you have to be little extra careful would be 12th to the 15th of July. You should hold on to your money, your expenditures. Don't show off. You can go flamboyant, you can just, you want to flaunt your wealth. So that is something which you have to keep a check on. You can fall prey to your emotions. Maybe somebody else will dupe you with the money. So make sure that you are sitting tight on your funds, okay? And don't get carried away by the external influences. What happens, we try to impress others. So don't do that, okay? Coming to the next sign, that is Virgo. So for Virgo natives, this transit is in the 8th house. See, 8th house, 8th lord being in the 8th house, this is not considered to be that great a transit for health. If you consider for wealth, it is good because Mars is looking at your 11th house and your 2nd house also. So it is expanding your wealth, but at the cost of your health. It's not considered to be that positive. As it is, Mars and Mercury, they are not friends, they are bitter enemies. So there can be some ups and downs, there can be some hidden enemies, scandals. Rahu is scandalous. Navjeet, I forgot to mention, with Rahu energy, we can have scandals, in the film industry more. Scams, scandals, all that is also part of this Rahu energy. So anyhow, like here for Virgo natives, of course, you have to be a little extra cautious at the place of work. This can give you some upheavals, ups and downs, sudden changes. There are gossips which are happening, backbiting and, backstabbing. There are hidden agendas, there are scandals, some secret love relationship affair which is going on can be brought into limelight. Also, this is going to be looking at your 3rd house, being the ruler of the 3rd house. So this is the 8th from the 8th. So this can give you some health issues. You change the doctor. This is the time when you should change the treatment, line of treatment. So Rahu, Mars, 2 negative energies in the 8th house. So it's a Dusthana. So one of the Dusthanas, negative planets, it's not considered to be that bad. Bad for what? Not bad for material growth, but for health, because 8th house energy is a very, very strong energy. And when the negative planet goes there, it is going to give you some health issues. So make sure that you take care. The teacher inside me starts talking about all this. So please pardon me, people. So here, Rahu and Mars combination, you have to be careful about. 16th to the 20th of July, you have to be taking care of your health even more. And the starting till 1st of July also, from 27th to the 1st of July also, take care of your health, take care of your investments also during this time. Coming to the next sign, that is Libra. For Libra natives, this is the transit which is happening in your 7th house, the Pancha Mahavarusha Ruchaka Yoga forming in your 7th house. It means it is going to amplify the energies of the 7th house. Inclination towards relationship. Your focus would be relationship with not just a partner, the spouse. No, it can be with the outside world. how you're communicating with people. You can become very self-centric during this time, or your partner can become very indifferent or aggressive, because it's an amplifying energy of Mars. After all, Mars is a fiery planet. So you will feel the sudden outburst of emotions. You can have some complications in relationship. It is also aspecting your second house. Second house is the house of wealth also. So because of this, it's said that the Lakshmi leaves you once there is a bitterness in the family. So you should maintain that cordiality. You should have a good cordial relationship with each other. It is going to help you grow. And it is also very positive for a job change, for your professional growth, because Mars is looking at your 10th house after all, and it is in the Kendra. So the Kendras are going to get positive energies, but rest of the energy which is emitting from this Mars is not that great. It is like giving fuel to the fire. So this fuel you can use for driving a car as a petrol, but at the same time, it can become a fiery energy also if it is that Rahu energy involved here. So make sure that you are understanding the people around you. What is their agenda? What are they trying to do? There can be a scandal that you can get entrapped in, because it's the 7th house energy. There can be some health issues related to your lower abdominal region. Especially till the 12th of July, take good care of your relationship as well as your health, because Saturn is also looking at this zone. So it is amplifying the energy of your 7th house. In case you are feeling that people are not understanding you, they are just, you feel there are a lot many differences of opinion. So lie low. Don't make any decisions. You might just be in impulse making that decision of leaving, parting ways. No, I don't want to be in this relationship. I don't want to do this business with this person. Negative energies also. Ketu in the 1st house detaches you from everybody. You are in isolation. All the planets as it is are going to be in their own zones. You might just be at home more. You might be working from home more. Or maybe you are with your partner more. You're spending more time in your relationship. You're understanding your relationships also because of the Ketu energy in the 1st house. Be more meditative, calm down. During this time, you need to relax. You need to calm down. Thankfully, there are positive grahas around the 7th house, Jupiter and Venus. So till the 13th of July, it is going to be definitely good if Venus is here. So do what you can to retain the relationship rather than parting ways. And your job, of course, your work wise, you're going to grow, you're going to be doing well. Just make sure that from the 21st to the 21st to the 25th of July, do not travel much. Because Ketu in the 1st house also is not good for when you're driving or something. It can give suddenness, sudden events. Mars is also looking. Mars and Ketu is surgical process. If you have to go in for a surgery, it's good. You can do that. But at the same time, the blood loss is considered to be more. When Rahu and Mars and Ketu is also right opposite. So you have to take care while driving. Any kind of rash decision making. Do not get carried away. If you want to move countries this time, please avoid. Okay. Rest, everything is perfect. Don't worry about it. Just pay more attention to your own self, how you can calm yourself down. Be more meditative, be more spiritually inclined. How you can be spiritual? Don't think bad about anybody. That's the major remedy for Ketu in the 1st house. And you can feed the dog, feed the animals. That's also very good. Coming to the next sign, that is Scorpio. For Scorpio natives, this transit is happening over your 6th house. Being the Lagnesh in the 6th house, this is a very good time to organize yourself. It can give you some inclination towards starting something new, changing your profession, bent of mind. You are focused on your health more. Mars is a very fiery kind of an energy. Remember, it's a fire. So you have that zeal now. You have that fiery energy in you because it's looking at your 9th house also. It might give you travels. But at the same time, you have to be extra cautious because 12th house has a Ketu. So this is an energy which can actually take you away from the normal zone, normal realms of life. In the 12th house, whenever Ketu is there, you become very spiritually inclined. You want to do for others and You want to balance things out also because it's in the balancing sign. You have that competition kind of a feeling right now, or maybe you have to sit for some exams. It's good for that also. Any kind of court case, legal actions, if you have to go in for that, this is the time when you will get the solution to that. But at the same time, this is going to motivate you to do things, work harder, and not on a superficial plane. You have to actually be doing it, be present in whatever you are planning to do. Get motivated, be a little cautious about your health though, because it's Rahu energy after all. We cannot ignore that Rahu energy. Change the doctor, change the line of treatment. Whenever Rahu is in the 6th house, don't fall prey to the confusion it can give you. Don't fall prey to it. Take care of your health, change the line of treatment, start afresh. This is the time to begin, from the scratch. So if you want to do it, this is going to help you. And any kind of workshops, any kind of presentations, if you want to take up, this is going to be helping you. Any kind of sports activity, if you want to take up, it's going to be positive again for you. 26th to the 30th of July, just during this time, you can spend a lot. You can maybe become overly charitable. So don't get carried away. When you have these kind of energies, you should actually tone yourself down. You should mellow down. You should be humbled. You should be humble during this time, especially the dates that I've mentioned. Be more spiritually inclined, be more meditative, think good. And there can be that people around you might, just conspire against you. So make sure that you become the leader. Make a team. Not even if they are not supportive of you, just impart whatever you have, because Rahu is looking at your 10th house. Remember, it is going to give you a lot of enemies at the place of work. People might just backstab you. Saturn is also looking here till the 12th of July. Saturn is also looking at this zone. So there is a Pancha Mahapurusha Yoga, which is the Sasya Yoga forming because of Saturn here for you. It is not a Kantaka Shani. It is a Sasya Yoga. I consider that powerful more. So from the next year, definitely things are going to get better for you. There are changes coming in your life. But at the moment, you have to be extra cautious about the people around you. They might just use you, conspiracy that you can get entrapped in, because Rahu is scandal also. So make sure that you look after your health, especially because you can be under stress because of this. But overall, it's definitely positive, apart from the dates that I've mentioned, 26th to the 30th of July. Okay. Coming to the next sign, that is Sagittarius. For Sagittarius natives, this transit is happening over your trinal house, that is 5th house. And it's considered to be good because it is fiery energy. It is the Purva Punya, house of Purva Punya, being the ruler of the 12th. So you might just be making major decisions regarding your higher education. You might be just going in for some relationship. You can actually have, this is the time you can get your ex back in your life also, quite likely, because Rahu energy, when is in the 5th house, it gives these kind of energies even more. You can be making major decisions regarding your financials and you can incur losses. So do not get carried away, because it's the ruler of your 12th house also looking at your 12th also. So you will be making decisions regarding your financials. Expenditures will surpass the earnings. So make sure that you take care of your financials more. Make decisions very wisely in case you have to go in for any kind of investments, because Ketu energy is there in your 11th house. It might deplete your financials. You might make wrong decisions. So make sure that you are quite wise in making decisions. Jupiter is in your Lagnesh is well positioned, so that will be a good time protection. It is forming a Hamsa Yoga, Pancha Mahapurusha Yoga for you. It is definitely very positive. Mars is a positive graha for you. It will give you that energy to make decisions. It's advised not to make any hasty decisions regarding your love, relationship, and marriage. In case you want to start any kind of relationship, this is something which will not be wise enough to take, because Mars and Rahu will give you that kind of a situation where you will be making decisions regarding your love relationship, but don't get carried away. It might not be that favorable. Okay. So for you, I would suggest, towards the last say till from the 31st of July till the 5th of August. This can be the time when you will be spending a lot, you'll be making wrong decisions. And also from the 12th of July till the 15th of July, you will be having some health issues. So take care of your health also. Okay. Otherwise, it's rest of the days are good. Coming to the next sign, that is Capricorn. For Capricorn natives, this transit is happening over your 4th house, forming a Panchamahaparusha yoga, which is the Ruchaka yoga. See, this is a yoga which is basically for the babies who are born during this time. But when the Kendras are afflicted by, or they have more of malefics, so you are going to be changing. You are going to be changing place. Now, this is the 4th house. So you might buy a property, sell a property, or you might just change residence. You might leave your country and move away from that place because there's a lot of maleficence attached to your 4th house. If at all you're running through the Dasha also of Rahu, Mars, so this will definitely bring about these triggering factors. And you might just be making wrong choices and wrong decisions related to your work, your professional life, because Ketu is there in your 10th house zone. Or maybe you are not interested in whatever you're doing, something really you're not passionate about. So Mars is losing his Digbala also here. When Mars loses Digbala, you become very lazy. You have that laid back kind of an attitude. And Rahu being there amplifies these energies. You have to be alert about these energies when you're making decisions related to your financial, because Mars is looking at your 11th house also. So this will give you some losses, some setbacks also, because this Mars is not too happy in the opposite direction of where he gets Digbala. So this can give you some, you can incur losses related to property, vehicles, drive safely. It can give you some, problems, stress. It can also give you heart problems because it's the 4th house, Mars and Rahu energy. And in personal life also, you can have some complications because Mars is looking at your 7th house, because Rahu will give you material growth. It gives material growth. But at the same time, what kind of decisions you make, it's definitely up to you. You will get lured, you will get carried away, and you will make wrong decisions. Had this Rahu been not there, this transit would have been an excellent transit. But when it is there, you have to be extra cautious about your family life, about your love life, about your relationship, about your purchasing of property, land, assets. So make sure that you are making wise choices. If you are not getting lured and you're using your wisdom, that is the Jupiter energy you're enhancing. So use that energy rather than getting carried away by the Rahu energy, which is the negative energy. So don't make any decisions in impulse. Otherwise, it is going to lead to problems. 5th to the 10th of August is the time when you can make wrong decisions or wrong choices about your, maybe in relationship. You want to get married to a wrong person you get entangled with and make wrong choices. It can lead to unhappiness. Okay. Coming to the next sign, that is Aquarius. For Aquarius natives, this transit is happening in your 3rd house. 3rd house, Papa Grahas are considered to be good, Saumya Grahas are not. So here Mars and Rahu are actually giving you that strength, that willpower, that courage to make decisions now. Whatever was lying pending, now it's going to get momentum. Any kind of sports activity, any kind of legal activity which was stuck, you will get the decision. It is going to be giving you good chemistry, bonding with your siblings. Now you will say Mars being here might not, but yes, it will, because Mars is giving you that kind of bonding. It is giving you that energy to take care of the people around you. It is a positive Mars here, because in the 3rd house, in the 6th house, in the 10th house, in the 11th house, these are the Upchaya houses. And when there are negative planets here, they do well. So this is going to be giving you positive energy related to your 3rd house zone. So any kind of journeys, short journeys, any kind of investments, any kind of connection with the superiors, or any kind of job change, if you're looking for, you're going to be making those kind of decisions during this time. Just take care of your father's health. It might just suffer, or you might just part ways with him. You're going away from there. where you are living with them, but you're now moving out of that place. That is also quite possible. Selling of the property is on cards. In case you have to, just make sure that you check all the papers correctly. Everything has to be in place. And job, of course, is definitely on cards, and it's going to be giving you a positive change also. I can give you a few dates that you have to be a little extra careful, especially from the 21st to the 25th of July. Now, this is the time when you can maybe have some health issues, or there can be some communication gap with the people around you. You will say something, people will understand something else. You are becoming materially very sound, and people are not happy with you. So during these dates, especially, people are going to be getting jealous of you. Their approach towards you is not good. So make sure that you are sound enough and alert enough to deal with all these situations. Okay. And Venus and Mercury are in the Kendra, then in the trine. So definitely very positive times. Your Saturn is going to be in your 12th house. So some foreign travels on cards, or maybe, you're changing places, where you have to move out. So this is definitely going to trigger up, because Mars is going to be looking at your 10th house. So for work related, you're going to be moving a lot. You're going to be traveling a lot. Coming to the last sign, that is Pisces. For Pisces natives, this transit is happening over your second house. And second house, Rahu generally, gives takes you away from your customs, from your traditional values. It gives trouble in the mouth region. See, mouth is something where, when you have this Agni, when you have this fire, so you tend to speak something which can just burn the other person, it can just hurt the other person so badly. With this Mars and Rahu, you have to be extra careful. You can be saying some hurtful things to others. In relationship, you can be very, very bitter. So make sure that you do not tell anything which can actually backfire. So make sure that you speak wisely, speak calmly, and do not speak anything which is maybe some lies. You can be, a compulsive liar. You can become with Rahu energy. Sorry to say that, but yes, you have to be told to actually refrain from doing so. Also, Rahu's energy, tempts you to do things which are not right. This is the custom, the traditional values that we have got, and Rahu energy takes you away from the traditions. So that is, and this is the house of financials. So it might take you away from your family. It might take you away from the eating habits, good eating habits. You might eat reheaty, oily, greasy food more. And also this can give you some frictions with the family members because of your speech. So make sure that you look after your, family well, your family values that you're born with. You have to take the lineage ahead, in a positive manner. Mars is also looking at your 9th house. Take care of your dad's health. It can give some complications in travels. Otherwise, it is good for sports activities. In case you have to start anything new, if your bonding with your children is going to get better. Your children might be moving away from you for further education also, because it's the 8th, it's the 9th lord also. So this connectivity is good for children's education. If you want to take any decisions related to your love relationship, this might just fall apart. Maybe you will have some tiff or some kind of complications in your relationship. In case you have to, if you are in a romantic relationship especially, it can lead to scandals also. It can lead to health issues to your partner, because it's the 8th from the 7th house. It can lead to complications in your relationship. Unnecessary misunderstanding can happen. It might sound very negative, but this is good for material growth, not for the jiva, not for the human being, not for the living creatures. So you have to take care of your family members, and your relationship. But at the same time, it is good for your wealth prospects. Just make a note of the dates that I'm giving you. It can lead to some complications to your health, to your financials also. 26th of July till the 30th of July. This is the time you have to be a little extra careful. Overall, it's a positive thing if you can tame this energy. Only if you can tame. You can have dental issues, you can have eyesight problems. All that you have to keep a constant check on. That is why these videos, so that you understand and you're alert and you are taking good care of yourself. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Vanita ji, for such a profound, sharing your profound knowledge with us and elaborate information on the upcoming transit of Mars Rahu.
Thank you so much. I hope it was, it can help. It can help others with this, and they're prepared.
Yes. And with all the information, the detailed information you have shared.
That just happens, within a flow. I just
that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Yeah, I really like the way you actually explain your transit. So we really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, NAVJEET, for your time. Thank you so much. God bless. Om Tat Sat.